Hello, and welcome back to Defiant Eye channel. It's been a while, roughly 3 months. I've been in hibernation for the winter. Not really, but yeah. As you can tell from my accent, I'm from the UK, and our winters are kind of not a lot of fun. Not that they're fun for a lot of other people, but we don't get interesting things like snow in this country. We just get rain and lots of it. So because I only throw outdoors, it's not really much fun being outside in the cold and wet, throwing knives, getting them covered in mud, and then subsequently yourself covered in mud, and yeah, it's just not much fun. So yeah, I tend to not do so much in the winter, but the weather's improving. It's the spring now, and I'm back out. I was back out today. It was a lot of fun. I really missed it actually, so it would be nice to get back into it. I'm just doing a quick update video on my state of my throwing knife and axe hatchet collection. A few changes since last year. If you haven't seen it yet, check out a video from last year. I think I had roughly half as much as I've got now. A few things have disappeared from the last one, and we've got some new ones. Notable absences from this year. I've got the Glock 78 there. I did have an 81, but the 81 broke, and that is all that remains of it. I kept the blade because it's actually quite fun to throw. So that one's gone. Did I break anything else? Oh, the tip of my GI Tanto's come off. There are a few other knives that I've had along the way that probably aren't even worth mentioning, but these are the ones that have stayed the course. So we'll go through each one by one, and yeah, let's just get straight into it. So it's not just knives that I throw. Sometimes I pick up random tools, in the DIY shop or hardware store, as you guys in the US call them. And I pick these up. They're just long screwdriver bits. And yeah, I kind of filed them down a little bit to make them a little bit more pointy. And I just throw them. They're quite good fun actually. Yeah. I prefer throwing knives, but I don't know, I just thought I'd give it a go. They're kind of fun. Just a silly thing, really. I got the blades of previous knives that have broken there. Like I say, there's the Glock 81 there. There's the Smith & Wesson Search and Rescue. That knife was a piece of shit. I don't recommend it. Camillus Hawker. So yeah, I just keep those around just for a bit of fun, really. Every now and again I'll throw them. Next to that, we got this one little guy. I've had this for a little while now. This is the Mezzerine, made in Italy, little Tanto knife. It's a bit too light to really be a sort of serious throwing knife, but it's kind of fun. I've thrown it around a bit. Blade's a bit bent. You'll notice that most of my throwing knives are kind of in a bit of a state. I can never understand these guys that have these pristine knives. I mean, I only have to have knives in my possession for about 5 minutes, and I've snapped the tips off or done something to them, snapped them in half, broken them, whatever. Anyway, Muela Pro Throw, love this thing, great fun, well balanced, takes a little bit of practice to get it, but once you do, it's awesome. I really like throwing that. True Flight thrower from Cold Steel. It's been a staple in my collection since day one, pretty much. Great fun. Good sticker. As is this, the GI Tanto. Probably my favourite Cold Steel product thus far that I've had. Really good fun. Again, good sticker. Beaten to hell. I need to get another one, really. I really love this knife. I think it's brilliant. Great for throwing. Highly recommended, actually. Anyone who's getting into knife throwing, you need to pick up a GI Tanto from Cold Steel. They're amazing. Okay, next up, I got a couple of these things. They're not the highest quality. They're actually pretty shit, to be honest. But I picked them up. I was in Italy and I just fancied getting something while I was over there. So I went into the shop and I was struggling with the language a little bit. Anyway, there was a knife shop over there and the guy had these in there, and I don't know, they kind of look like fun. My idea behind them was, because they were quite thin, I was going to get a couple and sort of throw two at once, which I have done. Again, I think I've got shorts where I'm throwing two, and it's pretty fun, actually, when you get them to stick two at once. I just did another short today, actually, where I threw these three all at once, which was kind of fun. So yeah, I like little knives like that. Like, the flatter they are, the better. You can kind of throw multiple at the same time. Next up, everyone knows this one. Glock 78, a classic. Yeah, what more needs to be said? Amazing knife, amazing throwing knife. Again, beaten to hell, but it's still going. It was interesting, actually. I've had this 78 now for well over a year, and yeah, it's taking some punishment, but still going strong. Whereas the 81, I think I only had it for a few months, and it died. It broke in half. So I don't know if I just got a dud 81 or what the story was there, but I don't know. I don't know if the 78s are somehow stronger. I think it was probably just a coincidence that the other one broke, but there we go. Next up, Uzi Defender. I'm having a lot of fun with this knife, actually. It's not an easy one to throw because it's not the most ergonomically shaped thing. It's got all this crap on the bottom, but actually weight wise, I've been holding it from the doing some grip throws, and actually it's a good sticker. If once you kind of get the measure of it, get the balance right, it's actually all right. It's fun. It's a fun knife to throw. So yeah, I'm enjoying that. That was actually a gift from a friend of mine, as were these. Now, I'm not a big fan of these. I would describe them as sort of, and these Smith & Wesson fall into the same category. They're just kind of silly. These Smith & Wesson ones were my first ever throwing knives that I kind of learnt to throw. And they're fun, but they're not what I would describe as serious throwing knives. I mean, I don't ever use them now. These ones, like, my friend gave them to me. Again, I just thought, because they're quite thin, I could throw all three at once, which I have done. I did it today, actually. As I said earlier, have a look at my shorts, and you'll see me throwing all three of those at the same time. It's fun, but they're too light, really, to do any serious throwing with. You know, you need something like the Uzi to do some decent throws. So yeah, they're fun, but I'm not sure I'd recommend them even to beginners. I would just skip them and go for something like the Glock or the GI Tanto would be my top two picks for you know, a good first throwing knife. Okay, now we move on to some hatchets or axes. These two are just standard. I picked them up just in a hardware DIY shop. They're nothing special. I've thrown them a lot. This one's absolutely knackered. I had to tape it up because it had split. You can see the head wants to come off. And the other one, I think I've chipped the blade. Yeah, I dented the blade, look. But they're fun, you know, they're pretty good fun to throw. Axes are generally a bit easier than knives. So, you know, again, if you want to get into throwing, you could always start with just some bog standard axes like this. You know, they're very inexpensive. I think these cost me like less than £10 each. And they're really fun, you know. Once you start sticking them, they're really great fun. So I'm enjoying those. And last but not least is this little fella, which again I picked up in Italy, in San Marino. I was over there. I don't know if anyone's ever been to San Marino. If you have, you'll know what I'm talking about. But in San Marino, they've got so many knife shops. I mean, per square metre, they've probably got more knife shops in San Marino than they have anywhere else in the world, or anywhere I've ever been to. If there's anywhere that's got more, tell me in the comments below. But if you're a serious knife aficionado, you want to go to San Marino in Italy, check it out, man. They've got the best knife shop I've ever been in San Marino. If you go there, you'll know the one I'm talking about. It's right at the bottom of the hill before you go into the city. It's amazing. It's like heaven for knife enthusiasts. They've basically got everything that you can possibly imagine. I didn't get this in there. I got it in another shop up the road. But yeah, it's kind of fun. I mean, it was very cheap. I think I paid like €10 for this. I just thought it was kind of a cute little thing. I didn't really expect it to be like a serious thing. Like, again, with like the same with these, I thought it'd just be a bit of fun. You can see there it sheared off, but it still throws okay. You know, every now and again I'll take it out and give it a throw, just for fun. All right, so that's it then. That's the throwing knife collection for 2026. I don't anticipate buying anything more this year, but I always keep my eyes open. You never know. Like when I go traveling, sometimes I pick a few things up. I go over to Italy quite a lot, so you know, who knows, when I'm over there, I might find something that looks interesting. But I'm getting back into the throwing again now that the weather's better. So thanks for sticking with me. If you subscribe to the channel, I appreciate your support. There's going to be lots more throwing videos, shorts coming. I'll make long form videos like this whenever I can think of something interesting to make them about. Basically, I don't make a lot of long videos, but anyway, hopefully you've enjoyed this one, and I'll speak to you all again soon. See ya.